There was one woman who resembled a gypsy, but swore she was a Swede. This maybe gypsy milled about the crowd with her husband, following the melodies of our songs, but not the words. For the Swedes had just arrived and, unsure of everything, affected to enjoy local customs, though they didn't comprehend or even know them. We will assimilate, they'd said during their journey through the woods, across battlefields and mountains, prairies and rivers, stepping over bodies, the whole earth a cemetery, all the aquifers clogged, and nearly every brook and stream and creek dammed with corpses, the stars, their distant weak companions, their child so near to birth. I think it's time, she said on the day of the parade. She'd known for hours and had tried to hide the pain from her husband, for what with the festivities, to make a scene would be dangerous. She couldn't bear the throes of birth and squeezed her husband's wrist. Pain came in thrusts as they shoved through the crowd. It stomped the air from her lungs. Her husband was so fragile, he wept at any setback. A gentle man, the gentle bird keeper. Hey, gentle bird keeper, she said, I'm about to have this baby. She leaned against him, and he helped her through the crowd to the abandoned storefront cafe they had claimed as their home, where she lay on the table and bit her own hand to keep from screaming. Her husband looked scared. What should I do? He asked. Tell me to push. Push, push, she pushed. He rummaged behind the counter and found a pitcher of water, which he brought her. What am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do. Bring you water. Ah, she cried. Honey, tell me, what are we to do? Are you okay? I'm fine, she said, between the blasts of pain. Find a knife. You'll need it to cut the lifeline. She could hardly get the words out, so great was the pain, which erupted in regular bursts. Together, they had endured storms, bandits, battlefields, interrogations, natural formations too strange to name, hidden jets of steam and boiling mud, only for her to lay on this table, a parade outside, her husband behind the counter searching for a knife. They had been the objects of scrutiny since arriving. No one who traveled the wilderness was safe. Anyone who survived it seemed in league with its dangers. Her husband returned with a knife. She squeezed his hand through the latest crescendo, the edges of her vision redly blurring. Perhaps you will blend in without me, she thought, but didn't say it. He wouldn't take it well. He didn't take anything well. Though he tried hard, his intentions were good. She did love him. He'd done everything he could for her. God knows it had not been much. The pain came again. She fought it by screaming and clutching her husband, trying to keep the darkness at bay for long enough to have the baby. It won't be long now, she thought. I'm scared, he thought. What was he going to do without her, she wondered. The storefront cafe where they lived was no place for a baby. Where would her husband get food? The agony came again. The intervals were shrinking, too brief now to be intervals, or even pauses, moments maybe, breaths. She would have said she loved him if such words did not embarrass her, and what the hell did any of this matter now? She was shrieking, sweating. Thank God the noise of the parade drowned the sound. Get over there and be ready, she gasped. He left her side and bent before her womb. Her throat felt shredded. She wouldn't need it anymore. She pushed. Oh God, there it was. Her husband had it. He lifted it. Slap it like I told you. He slapped it. Harder, she said. It has to cry. We only know it's living if it cries. He slapped harder on its hip, terrified as ever by the ruthlessness of life. It's a boy, he said. She felt a smile bleed across her face, so odd feeling. Already, color seeped from the flat plane of her vision, as if sucked by a straw. But we do not weep at your untimely death, Swede. You who were unchained from your body and freed as from an Egypt of the soul. It is we who are doomed, and you who are released. We who, spirit corpses, toil beneath the living, brandishing our phantom knives at plethoras of nothing, and you who see the earth from above, clenched and pulsing like a sparrow's heart. Thank you.